Hello friends, welcome to my channel Excellent Coaching. Today we will compare Gestaltism and Behaviorism. Gestaltism is mainly concerned about the perception and our perceptual experiences through our senses. Gestaltism believes that we see things as a whole instead of small elements or parts. So here the word gestalt meaning whole, it talks about our perceptual experiences and says that we see everything holistically. We don't see things in their parts. Instead of that, we see a combined whole thing in front of us. So instead of focusing on the parts of the thing, we only focus on the main whole structure of that thing. So the perceptual experiences are based on holistic approach. It gives attention to how we place meaning and make sense of our world through our experiences. So making sense of our world through our perception and with the help of our senses, how we give meaning to our world. So in Gestaltism you are going to study about perception and depth perception, visual cues, all those things. So it will be more actually talking about the perceptual experiences through our senses. Now behaviorism talks about only the behavior part. It says that we have to focus on the behavior which is observable. Again, it should be observable behavior, not something which is covert. It talks about that we can only measure or study something which we can see. So we should not focus on something which is not observable, which we cannot see. Like it was talked about in structuralism and functionalism, the main keyword was mind, which is actually totally rejected in case of behaviorism. Behaviorism says behavior is nothing but a response. So whatever we give response to, maybe a stimuli in front of us, something which we respond to is our behavior, and that needs to be studied. So their focus was totally on the behavior of the people. Now next came cognitive perspective and constructivism. Cognitive perspective was much more scientific, and it involved thinking, understanding all those mental processes, perceiving, memorizing, problem solving. So it was mostly concerned with the mental processes which is going on inside our brain and inside our mind, and it compared the working of a mind with that of a computer. So there is an information processing approach which says that the way computer processes the information, which is very much similar to how our mind processes the information. So the various steps involved are encoding, processing, storing and retrieving. So the way we encode information in the computer and then process it and then store it, and we can always retrieve it when we want, whenever we want it back. Same way in our minds also. Maybe they are talking about memory here. Through our memory we can always retrieve the information. So whatever we encode, maybe it is a auditory or visual information, however whatever type of information we are encoding, it is being processed somewhere in our mind, it is being stored somewhere, and we can always retrieve it, recall it in the form of the memory. So this is how cognitive perspective goes. Now constructivism says that our mind is always actively constructing, and we are exploring ourselves every day. Every time we are exploring ourselves, we are experiencing something new, we are learning something new. So human actually actively construct their own minds through their exploration into the physical and social world. So it is the socialization process and some other processes which make us construct our own mind. So we explore things, we explore the world around us, and that construct our minds actively, and it is going on and on. And it gives importance to conscious experiences. So whatever we are listening to right now, we are paying attention to right now, is what is important according to constructivism. So after watching all the videos which we have discussed earlier, I hope you may be able to answer the questions which are written here. How common beliefs are always not true. Using an example from your real life experiences, you can always state here your real life experiences when talking about psychology. How common beliefs, which I talked about in popular notions of psychology, how are common sense and common beliefs about psychology, or maybe the common sense, are not true. So you will be able to explain it through using your own life experiences. Secondly, give a brief account of evolution of psychology and its different schools of thought, which we have already discussed, starting from structuralism till constructivism. And third, write the ideas attached to the given researchers. So these are some of the researchers which you have to write about, and which we have already discussed in our important approaches. And you will have to remember these. They are very important names, and you should always remember what they actually talked about through their different approaches. So thanks for watching.